So today I met some very interesting people as I was heading back to my camp after my shower at the local pool. So I popped into a shelter to see if I could get a spot. Sleeping on the ground is very hard. It's cold, it's wet out today. That's not gonna happen. They're turning away over 200 people a day. I was talking to a man not too far from the shelter who's literally living in a bus stop. He let me take a couple of videos. This is it. He's been living in there for the past 6 weeks, trying to get into a shelter, trying to find a place. The guy's got a full-time job. He can't afford rent. Well, not rent and to eat or anything. When a one bedroom in a rooming house is $1,400 a month, it's absolutely disgusting. I'm lucky. I found a really good spot out of the way. I've got my tent and a few tarps set up, so right now I'm dry. But it is a hard thing to stay on the ground. And like the shelters are full, and it's getting really, really scary. It's terrifying. There's a new person on the street every day. People have nowhere to go. Rent prices are disgusting. And again, the shelters are all full. And no one seems to be doing anything about it. No one seems to care. What makes it even worse, the legislation in Toronto is actually removing shelters. They had some shelters they made during COVID because there was a huge crisis, people being on the street, and they're gone. They're removing shelters and they're trying to cram more beds in the existing ones. And there's already like 2 inches in between beds. So now you got people like me living in the woods, and it's getting worse. I keep counting more and more tents pop up, new people. I saw a grown man crying today outside the shelter when they said, "Hey, you can't come in. There's no room for you." Even the food banks, they're feeling it hard. All grocery prices are astronomical, and I was talking to some of the workers inside, and they're saying they used to have people who would do a grocery shop just for the food banks. And they're not doing it anymore because grocery prices have quadrupled in like the last year. And it's terrible because homelessness has such a horrible face. The face of homelessness is someone strung out on drugs, shaking in a bus stop, when honestly, that's not the case anymore. The face of homelessness is just your average Joe who's got just your classic 9 to 5, minimum wage, maybe a little bit better, who can't even afford rent. And don't get me started on how hard it is to find a job when you're homeless. I'm fortunate. I'm very fortunate. I found something part-time that's gonna help me out a lot, but I'm just scared on how everything is going. Not just for myself. And it's almost to the point where I see myself starting to radicalize on homelessness. Like, I see myself becoming a homeless activist very, very soon. It's happening. There's only one last thing I want to say is, if you see someone on the street who is obviously homeless, don't judge them too hard, because honestly, I hate to say, you might just be one paycheck away of being the same. And I hope it doesn't happen, but trust me, it's not fun and it is hard. Well, thank you for watching this video. I know it was just a bit of a rant and almost an insane tangent, but thank you for watching it. I appreciate it. If you would feel like it, subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Have a great day. From Extra Cheesy Broccoli.